case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
24 hours of programming. Here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, when residents in this neighborhood were shocked to see this fairly common thing happening. An attractive witness described the event in breathless terms.
I went to my window and I was like, whoa, there's some bullshit happening.
That happened right over there. I'm an older man, so you can trust what I say.
Authorities in special uniforms rushed to the scene to stand around while our cameras filmed them. Our reporter Keith Collins joins us now live from the scene of the bullshit through the use of expensive technology. Good to be with you again, Keith. We have a colorful graphic here that shows instances of bullshit like this are on the rise. Is that right?
Yes, although why is unclear. Some say it's because of one fucking reason. Others say it's because of some other fucking reason. I talked to this random expert on the subject who told me this thing you're about to hear him say right after he points at a piece of paper.
I feel 24 hours of...
What's happening, people? What is happening? Look, I've been busy. With work. I got a new job. I actually like this job. 401k. Tragedy pimps. Put that in your life. You can grift per month off cash apps and super chats. But how about that retirement? And what are you gonna do when you break a leg or something? Oh, I know. Make a fucking GoFundMe. But anyhow, no, I'm just joking. I was doing Molly all week. Just joking. Listen, I was live on the second channel. I was telling people go over to the second channel. So there's videos over there, trying to build it up, get it monetized. But we're back over here. We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot. It's gonna be a long live because I have a lot to talk about. We have all types of things happening tonight. All types of things. I got the update on JLR, the mannequin, if you will, the mannequin. The fake MAGA mannequin. Remember that MAGA part? I got an update on him claiming to call my probation officer in a community post. And an update on the aftermath of when he did the old knock piece on the old wells. I got the lowdown. On top of that, we're going to dig into the... I have a recording, and this is a very special live tonight. I have a recording of a crazy obsessed lady who was watching 3 tragedy pimp channels, which were The Lab, No Thanks Doug, and Prayer Garden. And this moronic lady called TBI and the police on the wells. And not only that, because she was watching these YouTube channels. So we get an insight tonight of what it sounds like when someone calls TBI and the never before response of when they call TBI. What does TBI say? But what did White Boy do? I recorded it. The entire thing. A 45-minute phone call begging for me and my wife to assist for, and wait for it, an apology. Can we mediate and get in the middle for an apology for the wells? We have the entire phone call documented for you all. And we also have the latest Zigster and Fred Hill shenanigans. Boy, the YouTube streets have been on fire. I'm in chats and people are saying that Summer's been found. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? We're going to dig into it. And yeah, I think I'll call Donald tonight. You know, I was going to drop a link, but I thought about it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I mean, Dom would hit a link over here, but I am super proud of my dude for staying off the internet. I don't want to be the person to reel him back in. And at a time of all misinformation, at a time of complete shenanigans going on right now, it'd be wrong of me to do that. Sure, I could have been these channels to title it, you know, this crazy title, and I could be the tragedy pimp to put him in. I'm not going to do that. What I will do is I will say my piece on the Fred Hill shit, the shenanigans on YouTube, the JLR update, but we will call him after I play the recording because I could not figure out a way to find a way to email or send Don, who is not the best at technology, a 45-minute recorded video, which is a very large file size to share with somebody. It's not easy if both parties aren't on the same page. So before I dig into all this, it'll be a pretty long live. Let's see who's tapping in, which is what it's all about. What's up, Denise? What's happening, lady? How are you? Dolly, the real Dolly on YouTube. The real Dolly on YouTube. And when I get into my rant about the JLR, which we're going to hit first, somebody remind me of two things. The fake Dolly on YouTube and Byron Donalds. Because tomorrow at 5:30, me and the lovely Damaged Goods will be in attendance for Southwest Florida, seeing our Congressman Byron Donalds, a member of the Freedom Caucus. The Freedom Caucus. We will be attending him, tell us about updates in the community and what's going on in DC. And I have a feeling that two tragedy pimps will not go. One would be one with a bullhorn, and another one would be one that looks exactly like a mannequin. Now, if they go, well, that is for me and the congressmen to decide. And we have a lot to unfold tonight. Who else is in here? Bex. What's happening, Bex? Miss Sally's in the house. Miss Sally. Everybody give it up for Miss Sally, retired law enforcement. Show your respect. We respect it. We got Dee Dee in the house. What's happening? Trina77 says she loves the channel. Well, I don't know your name that well, but you are always welcome. We got Miss Shortlegs in the house. What's happening, Miss Lori? Debbie. Heidi. I want to touch your heart. Another Debbie. A separate Debbie. Miss Erin. Nakala. Miss Selena from Pennsylvania. Pink Butterflies in here. Mr. James has stopped by to gracious with his presence. Miss Minnie Trout. The main Debbie. No bias in Debbies. We love all Debbies and we accept them all. We're like diversity over here. We got Mizey and Miss Country Girl. My dude, Florida's own, Skunk to the 8 Mysteries. I'm Taylor from Stitchin' and Bitchin' and True Crime. Good Facebook group. I'm a part of it. Unfortunately, you're not a moderator. I don't know. If someone would jump over, would you tell exactly what your Facebook group is so my mods can produce the link? Susan. Misha. These are very funky names tonight, people. These are very funky names. All right. So we're going to pop it off with, I'm going to pop it off with the JLR update. Okay, the JLR update. The JLR update is important, and here's why. For me to tell you about the JLR update, I have to rewind you back to the last live. And okay, so before I do that, I'll take it away from me for a second. Everybody knows I posted, I went live about it when it happened. I posted the footage once I got it. Everybody knows about when JLR went to where Don and Candace are currently residing. And he decided to knock on the door where they were residing. I told people at that point, the police were called. I told people at that point, the police were pissed. I told people at that point that the police contacted the probation officer, as far as I know. Here's what you don't know. Here's what you have. What I haven't said. JLR was going to get arrested. However, he left the state because if he would have been in that state, he would have been in handcuffs. Okay, that is as much as I'm willing to say at this moment. But here's what happened. He privated the video and he ran for the hills like the bitch that he is. Because he left the state, it is jurisdictions, people. It's jurisdictions. That is an update as far as where that lies with Don and Candace, or at least as what I'll put on the internet. Now, moving forward to White Boy. I believe I have a picture for everybody. In case you haven't seen it, let me show you. And let's just double check before I share my screen. So here's what he posted. And I want everybody to be clear about this. Give me 1 second here. Okay, it's not there. So let's do it now. So last week, JLR posted this. Ooh. Let me get it set up. All right, now we can do it. So last week, JLR said this, or he posted this, excuse me. This would be my mugshot, and it says the following. This is Matthew Tomorrow, aka White Boy Lockdown Radio. He has been harassing me and my family. Matthew is currently on probation in Lee County, Florida, after being arrested last year for battery on law enforcement, possession of controlled substance, and resisting arrest and DUI. Today, I reported him to his probation officer, P.O. Wood in Lee County, Florida. P.O. Wood is aware of his online harassment. If you've been harassed by this guy, report him and file police reports against him. God bless. So before I say anything, let's break this down. I'm going to break his post down, and then I'm going to break reality down. I don't know JLR's family. Lie number one. He is correct about I was arrested last year for battery on law enforcement, possession of controlled substance, resisting arrest, and DUI. All those things are absolutely correct. However, I not only told my audience this, I posted the body cam and told you it was all a fraud. I am not on probation for any of those things. Not even one of those things. Not even one. Not even one. I am on misdemeanor probation. This is the second time my probation officer has been called being on YouTube. And I just was on probation. First time was Avery. Second time was not JLR. It was not JLR. This would be lie number 3, where he says, today I reported him to his probation officer. See, the thing about it is, I'm good with my PO. I'm not on I don't care if people call my PO. And if I got to be completely honest with you, she doesn't either. I'm not in trouble. It's the second time it happened. I'm on misdemeanor probation, and not for any of that. I'm on for refusing to blow. Like, it's not that serious. But the thing about it is, if you call her, be about your issue. Like, you wouldn't want to state that you called her, when in the reality is, when I get the call, she's like, Matt, what's up? Working. So some other bitch called me. It wasn't the other chick with the weird voice. It was the other one. I'm like, oh, was it now? Keep in mind, people, this was indirect after the live that I did about, wait for it, Bullhorn Betty. Now, in this live, the exact last live I did on this channel, the Soap King with the Chomo brother, Mr. Dolly Vision, happened to stamper on over here. Completely fucking roasted him, right? Yes, that's what I think too. A little bit of that as well. I mean, pretty much his life. But the thing about it is, he wandered. His name wasn't in the title. Nobody was talking about this guy. He wandered over here, got his feelers hurt, and was saying things like, "You'll never be on my level. Only X amount of viewers, bro." In reality, you reside with a pedo. No, I don't. I want nothing to do with that level. I don't want to be anywhere near that. But your buttocks got a little bit hurt on that live. Old white boy kind of owned you on that live, and what you did was hit up this one with the bullhorn, and you guys grandmastered a plan to think that to get me, you'd call my PO, and what then happened is. The one with the bullhorn was like, yeah, I'm suing people too. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. And then she called the mannequin. This is the dumbest possible. You can't even make it up. Now, the mannequin claims he wrote it on a post that he called my PO. It's funny that you admit that. But the problem is, when my probation officer told me it was a female. Now, I understand diversity and trans and stuff like that. We're all about that over here. But the problem is, you guys represent MAGA. So we know that's not the issue. So just so we're keeping track. Now, we have an admission of calling my PO on his own words. I just posted it. I just showed you it. But there was a Karen involved in it. It was a woman involved in it. And this woman said, I'm part of, wait for it, Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers. I mean, if we keep in track, what is she, a lawyer, an advocate? So this is called like a group huddle, almost like when Doug and his hazing group had a huddle and were like, I got an idea. We'll stick a broom up there. Like this is a group huddle, and they all slipped on their own banana peel. So I'm left with this. Woman called my probation officer. I know everything that was said. A lot I'm not reciting, obviously, for reasons. I'm just letting you guys know, and the people that will share this to them know, that my PO told me it was a woman. And let's put it like this. The last woman to call has a 1 in a million voice. Between the communication between me and my PO, we figured out who it was. So just think if we did that here, with all the stipulations I just said. Now, I'm left with a man on, again, just so everybody's clear. You just got my name. You just got the things that I was arrested for. I've already posted my body cam. I've already told the internet. But just so everybody knows, refusal to blow. What I'm not on is federal probation. Now, it's funny that Jonathan said that, because I would like to tell the internet tonight his probation officer's name is Mr. Brian Kabrishkiski. Noel, would you do me a favor and put that everything in the chat, including phone number and email? Thank you, my love. His name is Mr. Brian Kabrishkiski at Kabrishkiski at flmp.uscourts.gov. Contact number 229-560-9609. Repeating 229-560-9609. Now, the problem we have here is Jonathan never called my probation officer, but he claimed that he did. But let's just move all that to the side. If anyone's done any homework about Jonathan's stipulations to probation, what are they? Well, what they are is can't leave the county or state without permission. Another example, and this is anybody on felony probation has to deal with this. And what it is if you're a convicted felon, you're on probation, a stipulation, any state, anywhere in America is, do not associate, hang out, or contact with other felons. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I am on misdemeanor probation for refusing to blow. Woo! But before I got arrested, I've always been a convicted felon. Now, you could see videos of my prison experience, me inside the joint, what happened inside the joint, me telling you what happened inside a prison. It's all on the channel. There's hundreds of videos. But the problem is, Jonathan, if we can remember, back at the Gabby Petito case, we kind of just met. And I got his number. And if Matt was to call Mr. Brian and say, sir, I'm kind of aware of people calling you about this man traveling and harassing people, and even multiple police reports. Like there was one with the Murdaugh people, and secondly with this Wellston. Now I understand, Mr. Brian, that he travels under his media group, which he actually is an employee for. The problem is, are you aware that I, myself, am a convicted felon? And I'm not associated with that group. And freely on a live, I told your client, I'm sorry, probationary person, whoever it is, that I am a convicted felon. Sir, I can send you the live. And furthermore, sir, after this live, I can show you then audio and video proof of me being present with your client, probationary, however you call that, weeks out of the year. Weeks out of the year. And, sir, I understand that there was probably permission granted from one county to the other, but I also understand the law and how it is to be on probation. Were you notified when police were called for A, Molly Golightly going out there and knocking on the door like a jackass, and B, when we went to the sister's house? Were you notified for that? But I am a convicted felon. I do not hide that from the internet. I'm a convicted felon. I've changed my life. Yes, I recently got arrested. It is what it is, people. But I'm a convicted felon. I never hid that. There's a big problem here, people. There's a big problem here. A problem is when you are on probation, federal probation. That means you go back to the pen. I'm on misdemeanor probation. Failure to blow. If I was on federal probation, it wouldn't be. I'd be like, we have a problem. Now, I'm getting to the point where you want to call my probation officer. You're leaving me nothing but to fight fire with fire. So what I'm telling you is calling my PO and being a Karen does absolutely nothing, because I don't have stipulations like that. I don't have stipulations like that. My stipulations include a drug and alcohol evaluation to pay my monthly payment. That's about it. It is a misdemeanor. Failure to blow. Google it. Don't trust me, Google it. See how serious of a charge that is. But if I was on federal felony probation and I'm playing internet games, and then I want to play with probation officers, well, I'm going to tell you, like I tell them all, mannequin, and you know, it would be bad. And it would be tough. It's not good. It is not looking good. It's not going to be good tomorrow, when I do the same phone call. And I can tell a lot. But telling a probation officer something is one thing, but showing them is a whole different thing. Like, I'm going to have to show the link where you're praising Hitler and sucking off a Coke bottle. That's just one thing, though. What about the incident where there was a Marine who swung on you out there? All that's out the window because a stipulation of your probation states that you are not to hang around, be in contact, associate with another convicted felon. And it's not one instance. I got about 15 that I counted 3 days ago, and I wasn't done yet. So being that I'm fighting fire with fire means I have to do what you do to me back to you. I have to. This is a bully beatdown channel. This is what I stand for. I cannot let you get off like that. I cannot let you slide. Before you play games over here, make sure that your house is not a glass. I do not want to do this, but I have to do this because you tried to play with my life. Not even you. You tried to have a big brainstorm because one creator who makes fake soap with his Chomo brother got his butt hurt. He made one phone call. You forget. But when I first come to true crime, I was in the team. Do you not think I know the thinking patterns and what happens here? And on top of that, my wife. So we're going to wrap this one up. So tomorrow I'm going to do a phone call and we'll give you an update on that. Comments. Yeah, absolutely. Drop kick the like button. Absolutely. Well, here's the thing, Selena. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people cover this guy, but they don't have the facts. There's so much YouTube. I get frustrated with YouTube sometimes, and we're gonna talk about it tonight. But with JLR, he is technically, put it like this, in a legal sense, legally bound. A normal person on probation that can't leave the state has to get permission. And so does he by all means. But he does legally work for a press. Okay, you believe what you want. It's not CNN, it's nothing credible. I mean, he has media on his shirt. It's the cheesiest stuff. But before I forget, now tomorrow is going to be interesting because tomorrow night at 5:30, I'm going to meet Byron Donalds, my congressman for right here in Southwest Florida. The wet brain with the bullhorn and the mannequin also reside in Southwest Florida. I have a lot to talk about with that congressman because I'm tired of seeing these two influencers wear these red hats. Now, Byron Donalds he's a black man. He's about as loyal to Trump as you could. If you define the word loyal, it should be Byron Donalds. I'm tired of seeing these events where these two idiots travel over with their hats on, pretending to be. I need to tell the people who matter, look, the mannequin sued Donald Trump in 2016 before he was the president. He did not want him to be. So I have a lot to discuss with Byron Donalds. And here's the hook, line, and sinker. Unfortunately for Matt, when we were out there with Tito case, a law got passed here in Florida. So I could reel it in just like that. That's my conversation starter. And who knows where it's going to go. Because at the end of the conversation, I'll be talking about censorship. Because look, at the end of the day, some people do need to be censored. Some people do. Oh, no, you need free speech. No. I don't want pedos online. They should be censored. Anybody exploiting children should be censored. End of story. Elon agrees with it. So I'll be there tomorrow, 5:30. If you're in the area, please Google it. He'll be he will be in Fort Myers tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. I promise you, it is my goal to get a picture, and I'll post it on the community. It may even go live just for a little bit. I may go live for the conversation between me and the congressman about these two. But I have to be careful because if you do your research, one may find out that JLR is a Fed. One may find out that JLR is a Fed. Moving along. All right. So I want to play this. I'm not going to play this. I'm going to play the audio. I have audio, people, of a lady who called TBI and was the woman who called the police on Candace Wells recently. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna play it at the end of the show because it's about 38 minutes long. I didn't edit it, nothing. And Don and Candace have not even heard it, so I'll be calling them for their input during it. This lady called me about a week and a half ago on Facebook Messenger, which is the absolute worst way to communicate with white boy. Please use Twitter or email or call Noel. Do not message me on TikTok, Facebook. You know, your best bet is Twitter. But she DM calls me. Now I have my settings set where if you're not following me and I'm not following you back, I'm not gonna get the ring. And she says, "This is very important. I'm calling TBI. Please get a hold of Don and Candace." I pay it absolutely zero attention. I don't know who this person is. She called twice. Then about a week later, she says, "Hey, I actually live in your town." I'm like, okay. So I call her back, and within 2 minutes, she blows my mind with stupidity. And she tells me she calls TBI, and I ask her, "What did TBI say to you?" And for the first time ever, we get to hear somebody who called TBI on Don and Candace and what the TBI said back to them. But not only that, I get insight on these comments that I have on the Wells where they say the dumbest shit. It is going to be a good little monologue to get into to end with. But let me read some comments, and then before I go there, I want to talk about Ziggy and this Fred Hill situation. And then we'll play the call. But let me see who's in the house. Please share everything I said in the opening statement. I'd appreciate it. That is correct. Damaged goods, guys, got on the screen right there. You see it. What's up, Boomer Baby? If you're not getting notifications, this is what YouTube says to do. Unsubscribe. So hit unsubscribe and then refresh your screen. Subscribe back and hit all notifications. It should click back in. Yes, he's a Fed snitch. Look, JLR is a snitch, people. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you've done your homework, JLR was at January 6th. Okay. Everyone's done time. Everyone's gone to prison. Everyone's been in jail for a very long time. JLR, there's a lot that you don't know about JLR. But here shortly, because of Dolly, you're going to find out. I'm not going to open up the whole can of worms here tonight, but you're not going to call my probation officer as a Karen. I've never been in trouble on any of these phone calls. Utterly fools. Okay, the Avery one was comical. Hypothetically and for educational purposes, we may have laughed. Now, the second one, it always takes just a little bit of detective work from white boy. Why is someone calling my probation officer? So when I get the call, it's like, what did I say? What did I do? And I remember roasting Dolly, retiring him bad. And then all you have to do is have a tiny bit of common sense and then recite the common sense back to the person who has common sense. And then it's at that point, it's normally, at least Avery she's not on probation. She has nothing to lose. She can be a Karen. She can't get in trouble behind it. You'd have to be a moron. Ooh, and then admit, ooh. And it wasn't even, it was, oh my God. Oh my God. So that's how that's going down. Okay, so look, let's get into this idiot Ziggy, man. Ziggy. So a sub brought to my attention, man. the whole Ziggy and Fred Hill situation. And what sucks is, what sucks is I had to click the link and listen after so long. Like, here we have it, this lady who recited to the internet that she was done with YouTube. She's heading to kick, if you will. She's had it up. She's had enough. She's had it up to here over here. She's just heading out to kick. Here she is. She comes back to YouTube. The fucking bone collector. The bone collector comes back. The lady who swiped one of her own subs' credit cards ran up about 5 to 8 stacks, forgot the exact number, then complained that she couldn't make payments back because she's losing memberships. But the bone collector, how do you come back from the bone collector? But it's not just that. It's not just that. She teamed up with a dude who just got arrested for distribution of meth. This guy, Fred Hill, he's not even done detoxing yet, and she's got him on the chair for an interview. And Jesus Christ, how did that one go? How did that one go? The dude says in the interview, the first thing he says is he was choked out by an inmate when he was sleeping. Well, let me tell you. I think what had happened was, I'm not saying he's lying, but the inmate definitely attacked his haircut. This guy comes into the interview looking like fucking Pee Wee Herman. Okay? Pee Wee Herman with a bowl cut. I think whoever attacked him, all right, definitely shanked his hair. I don't know what they did to it, but you have this guy. It is. I'm watching this. As I'm watching this, I don't even know what to think. I'm first off, I can't stand Ziggy. She has no credibility, and she pays, puts money on the guy's books to have this interview with Fred Hill. And as I'm watching it, it's like, it's hard because I could hear her, but he's like murmuring. Look, people. White boy speaks Spanish. I know sign language. Real talk. Here's the alphabet. Look. Not joking. I know sign language. I also know Spanish. Mi nombre is Mateo Grande. Mi pinga grande. Grande. Ziggy, no bueno. Stupido gringo. But the problem is, listen, people, I'm not lying to you. The problem is the hillbilly is rusty. And I'm trying to interpret what the frig this guy is saying. And it's tough, people. It's tough. Somebody sent $20. I appreciate their crooked arrow. I appreciate that. The problem is, I don't know what the hell this guy is saying. So I'm listening to this interview. Oh, whatever the hell it is. Visitation interview. And it's so much dumb things. Okay, first off, like the legal aspects of it. At one point he says, oh, when I get arrested, they reopened it. They closed Summers' case and they reopened it. No. Let's take it from YouTube now. The FBI the TBI just put out a post. They've never closed the case and reopened it. Like, why would they close it and reopen it? It's the same moronic thing as, well, why haven't they been cleared yet? Well, why haven't they been cleared yet? Well, Jody Sue was cleared. Well, for the morons, and I'm sorry if the shoe fits, wear it. Sorry, not sorry. For the morons who believe Jody Sue with, I've been cleared, has she ever showed any paperwork for that? Definitely no. The utter lack of knowledge for the legal system and this true crime community amazes me. I cannot tell you how many comments say, "Well, why haven't Donna and Candace been cleared yet?" Let me tell you how the system works. No one ever gets cleared. Who started that? Had bet my life it was a tragedy pimp. No one gets cleared. They don't say, "Hey, you, come in here for questions." All righty. All right, just go for now. Hey, you over here. They don't it doesn't work like that. If they're looking at you, they're looking at you. They're going to finally make an arrest. But they don't say, "Hey, you over there. Come on over here." You've been cleared. You go over there and see Janessa and pick up your certificate. It does not work like that. It doesn't work like that. They don't close. And why would they close the case? It's not even a cold case yet. Why are they closing and reopening it? Why? It's not a can of tuna fish. Like it doesn't make any. This is it's all slow to me. And I'm through this interview, and I'm like, okay, where's the summer part? It's nothing more than she paid an inmate who's in a hard spot. And trust me, I know about this life. This he's still kind of shitting out both holes, detoxing. He gets a visitation. He's got money in his books. He's like, "Oh, hell yeah, sweet." All right, he's sweet. This shit is sweet. He's effed up. He's messed up. He's at the bottom of the road. You have to depend on somebody to get by in there. If you don't have a wife, old lady, mom, you're dead. You're dead. So he's got this chick who's coming out the blue. He's just like throwing theory. He throws a theory out there and says a name. But doesn't say like he knows, says he thinks. And then he ends it with, "Love you. Love you." So what I got out of this whole freaking interview was, look, Fred Hill wants to pork Ziggy. He wants to get in them guts. He's still kind of like phased out of the meth. He's got a like thick girl airhead fetish. He wants to get in them guts. Hey, to each his own. And look, he's in jail. He's got a player, bro. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. I've been in there. Look, people, I got videos stating, I swear to God, on everything I love. I used to know a bunch of dudes that would write gay dudes. They were straight. They were writing the gay dudes in England and getting money. I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you. You got to hustle inside a prison. Look, I got a homeboy named Rex. He did this tattoo right here in my lip. He did this tattoo right here. It says, I owe you nothing. My homeboy Rex, fire tattoo dude. Fire tattoo dude. But you know what else he did? He would do pearls. He would do pearls. If you don't know what a pearl is, well, let me tell you. He would get a marble. Marbles go for about $20 in there. Get a marble. Once you get the marble, you shave it down. In the grout of the tile or on a concrete wall, you shave it down until you make the marble just a bit smaller, about that big. And what happens now is...
Oh, God, not the marble.
Somebody says, Rex, I want a pearl.
Oh, no.
So what happens is Rex goes and gets the razor Please hold. And what Rex will do is then pop this razor out. He'll break the razor. He'll just get the blade. It'll be clean. He just wants the blade. And now he's got this marble. Now the guy's paying Rex. Rex paid 20 for the marble. Rex is charging him 45 for the pearl. Now the pearl happens to be, they then proceed to the last stall, the last shitter. And the guy that wants the pearl, he pulls his pants down. My friend Rex grabs his penis, takes the blade, puts a little slice in his penis, and inserts the pearl. The pearl is supposed to heal him. The purpose of the pearl is when it is inserted to the vagina, it is then going to hit the clitoris. However, I had a homeboy named Antonio, Puerto Rican dude, beast, strong. My dude was in there for 15 years. Used to work out with Antonio every day. Now look, you're in prison, peripheral game, you're in the shower, you talk to your homeboys, you're going to see some cocks. It is what it is. You're going to see a cock or two. Get over it. I've seen more cocks than 17 retired porn stars. One time, I'm in the shower with Antonio and peripheral game. Peripheral. I'm like, dude, what in the hell is that? What is that? A dragon? I saw his cock. Antonio had 2 pearls. But unfortunately, Rex didn't do them. And his pearls went to the side. I'm like, dude, the purpose of this is for it to quit. What is the sign? You're hitting walls. My point to this story is everything in prison is a hustle. People got to make money. They will do anything. Anything. I think Fred Hill's got one because he hit the love word real fast.
He's in the box already, 30 days.
The dude got choked out. First night in. And then she doubles down. It's like, why is he in confinement? If you get into a fight in jail, you go to DC confinement, not AC confinement. I'm not explaining that. Google it. I'll put it like this. One is where the thugs go. The other one is where the check-ins go. Anyway, I want to play this audio for you guys, but I want to see some comments. See what the people think. Who's got a pearl in this piece? It's disgusting. Antonio, I'm telling you, he had 2 on the side. I'm like, bro, what the? He's like, bro, when they cut it, they put it in and it slid. I'm like, dude, you couldn't like get it like up? He's like, hell no. Should hurt. I'm like, bro. But then I would clown on my boy Rex. I'm like, bro, I fucks with you and everything, but like, dude, you have to grab the cock and make the slit. Like, you're kind of, bro, keep it, bro, you're kind of like a little bit suspect, bro. Like, and he got mad at that. 100% crooked. See, some people know about this. All right, look, man, some seriousness, man. On all seriousness, what I'm about to play is disturbing, and I'm about to call Don. What I'm about to play, people, I mean, everything I said was serious, but I'm going to take it down a notch and be on some serious level right now. What I'm about to play to you guys, man, is a woman who contacted me, okay? This woman is an avid supporter of the lab, Prayer Garden, and No Thanks. Okay, I want you to think about those 3 creators, and I really want you to think about their aspect on the Summer Wells case or Don and Candace Wells. Please, I don't care if you like the Wells, and I don't care if you support the Wells. This is very important to me because we for once get into a mind of somebody who has, this lady's done a lot of damage, and she did it from watching YouTube. Okay, you're gonna hear the phone call. It blows my mind, but it explains a lot to me. It explains a lot to me. I've been very frustrated, like with comments and stuff, and people. I don't know what to say. Like I don't want to. I don't want to tell anybody what to think. All I try to do is look at like the reality. Like what has law enforcement said? And yes, I break down and make fun of these dumb theories. But this phone call was me and the person writing the comments on the phone. And they are being truthful. Now they didn't know I recorded them because they called me in the bathroom here and told me basically everything within 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes. And I would, if the person, I'm not going to show it, but I have the screenshot. Will you do me a favor? Send me a screenshot of that lady and her name crossed out, so I can show what I'm about to say right now. Yeah, I know. And it's a long phone call, but I take it from me and her, and I say, hey, hold on a second. Put the phone down. I say, hey, Noel, you would not believe what this lady says. And I tell Noel real fast, knowing she's on hold. And I say, you know what, man? I'm going to record this because this needs to be on the internet. Now, keep in mind, people, again, I don't care where you stand. You like Don and Candace, or you hate Don and Candace, or you support them. I want everybody just to take this in as this. We have somebody who is interested in the Summer Wells case, and she is watching YouTube. Okay? And because now she's not listening to what the law enforcement has said, but she's listening to what creators are telling her. And she not only calls TBI, but she calls the police. What happens then is we are trying to get information. So Noelle does a good job. I get so frustrated, I walk away at one point. Thank God for Noelle, because she looks at me, she's like this, because I was getting frustrated. We wanted to keep her on the phone long enough to get as many answers as we could out of her. But I think it's important for the internet to listen to this. It's disturbing. It's good insight. And for anybody that aligns with this person, I would like for you to hear how you sound. I don't have much words for this. It's very long. I will be in the comments paying attention more, but I'm going to start it. And before I start it, I'm going to call Mr. Wells, because this is a 45-minute phone call, 38 minutes, something like that. I don't have the capacity to send a file size that big to a DM or text. He doesn't have anything that I have. So he's going to actually listen to this for the first time with us.
Do you want this, baby?
Yeah. Anything I missed?
Yeah. You never miss anything as far as I'm concerned.
Would you send Candace a text and tell her to please listen? She don't have to comment, be in the chat if she does not like, but I would like her to listen to this.
Okay.
It's important to me. And I'll call Don. I'll be in the chat in 1 sec, y'all. Let me just get this going.
Don's here, he said.
Oh, what's up, Don? What's up, my brother? Hey, man. Listen, Don, I'm going to call you real fast, bro, if you don't mind. I won't keep you on the phone too long. I just want to call you really fast and tell you something before I play this. Is that okay? Is that okay, Don? Can I call you right quick? If you say no, then I'll hang up. what's up, bro?
Well, not much.
So I'm gonna play this.
Relax a little
I'm gonna play this nutball's phone call, and what I forgot to do is send you the screenshot of her name, because the crazy part about this, in this phone call, she says that she follows both you guys, and then somehow, some way, in the phone call, she wants to be friends with you guys. This is wild, bro, but it explains so much of what happens on YouTube.
A lot of people want to be our friends to try to, I don't know, exploit us, basically.
Yeah. We were talking earlier, White Boy and Damaged Goods got the crown and the award for the creator who not to sell out on the Wells. Just joking. All right, man. So let me play this, bro. Listen, on all seriousness, this is super weird. Like I told you the night that it happened, this lady is weird. And I think if I can send this to anybody, anybody investigator that you have, any lawyer that you may have, please let me know. Just hear it out, Don, right?
Just play it, and there's a lot of different people watching it and recording it. You know that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I want you to know that. I want you to think before I play this. All these negative people that have hit your DMs and left these comments, I want you to listen to this and I want you to hear how crazy this person is. At some point, like, dude, it's crazy, bro. But much respect, and I'll hit you back up afterwards. All right?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, bye.
All right. People, TBI and the police. I miss Candace Wells. You sent some my drive, right, babe?
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go.
You have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to the comments in 1 second now. Yeah. All right. Let me. Is your Bluetooth on?
No, it's not.
Yeah, babe, this is somebody. She lives out here by us. Remember when the cops came to? Did you hear about the cops on getting called in Canada today?
Which one?
Huh?
Which one? Which time? The one where it was like the middle of the night, or there's been like, I don't know, like 4 times, I think.
What's up? The very last time happened a couple nights ago. One more.
Oh, you said no. I didn't hear about it.
All right. Oh, my wife just walked in, so you want to just?
Sorry. Did you want me to leave?
No. Go ahead. You want to just catch her up real quick,
It's
Beth?
Noel. I don't know if they know who I am.
Catch her up, Beth.
Yeah, I called them because this lady named Pam Tate
Okay.
called me and Lisa jetting out in the middle of the night, right?
Okay.
I'm fucking sleeping and she's all freaking out. Are you watching Daisy or Jinkies? And I said, I don't watch them.
Right.
You know, I mean.
She doesn't watch Daisy and Jenkies. That's a no-no for her. She doesn't watch those people. Okay, but she watches Pretty Garden. I'm just keeping track.
And she channel hop. I don't do that. There's people I like and people I've never heard of, you know what I mean? And I'll listen, but I don't know everybody.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So anyways, there was a video put out by Jackie Dobbs.
Okay, I know that name.
It was absolutely fucking disgusting. And
This part confused me a little bit.
So what she said is there was a video put out by Jackie Dobbs, if I'm saying that right, and it was disgusting. Okay, so what she's saying is she watched the video, and then let's hear what happened.
Send it to Candace.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you sent it to Candace. Well, that was good.
I sent it to Candace, and I sent it to TBI.
Okay.
Because this motherfucker's masturbating.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it sounds like he says, I murdered her, I killed her, or something. It's just fucking disturbing.
Okay. First and foremost, Sugar Butt Starburst, you have to rewind the live.
I answered her question.
Okay, thank you.
No
Secondly,
worries, I'm on
this
top of
lady
it.
watched a video on YouTube by whoever the fuck that creator is. Somehow, some way, this creator said somebody was masturbating, and somebody said that. Did she say Don?
I don't know. She never actually
She
made
said
clear as to who she's referring to.
So
That's
we
why I
don't
was
even know.
confused.
So she watched the video, and within the video she watched, something was masturbating, and somebody murmured "murder and kill." Like, I don't know, call me crazy, but let's just say that I was. I'm going to go with the narrative that people say that Don and Candace are guilty on the worst possible thoughts you could think of. But it's me. I'm just gonna on the internet one day be like, you know what, I murdered and killed it. Like, okay. She called TBI, the FBI, behind this. Now I'm gonna ask her what they said to you. So please pay attention. And before I hit play, what's funny is Tragedy Pimp No Thanks Investigates will call TBI, but he doesn't put it on speakerphone. We don't know what TBI said back to him. I can recall when the other Tragedy Pimp Cher did that Beyond Grift mission when she claimed that Summer was in like fucking Montana at the hotel and called TBI, but she hit mute. They all claim to call TBI. They all Nana's Angels. Oh, I got the sweater. I'll give it to TBI. We hear you. We hear you guys. But what does TBI think about you? What you say? And no shade to TBI. My view is we've heard not only Ronnie Lawson, but the TBI spokesman say, hey, look, please, for the love of Jesus, no more YouTube tips. We're good. We've heard them plead with the public. We've heard them plead with the public. But here we are, years later, and people are using this for like clout, leverage. I don't know what. But they don't ever play the other side.
Well, I think it's a good thing that you did everything that you did.
I had to. I mean, it was,
wouldn't have felt right.
What up, Free?
Regardless of what I feel about Donna Candace, if I can get the word out there for Summer and to get answers and to bring her home, I'm gonna do it.
Right. No, I agree. I think you know, if you feel like you did the right thing, then you would have probably gone crazy inside if you didn't. You know what I mean? So
I would, because I can't imagine my own kids in the thing.
Well, she was watching Prayer Gardens, and because what she saw.
So I've been watching PG for quite a while.
Okay.
And I've been on PG's channel, you know.
Okay, see, I've never seen PG. I know Matt does his little parodies and whatnot, but I've actually never seen any of her shows.
Oh, you need to.
She's good, or
No, I was on
do
the.
you like her?
I did. She had some good points.
All right, here goes the link. Voices, you can come up here. You can hit the link. We'll wait on you. Just so I'm understanding this correctly, because I'm seeing comments, but I can't see her in the
I
chat.
don't see your name.
I see Miss Checking say that she's in here.
I do not see her in here at all. She might have us blocked.
Am I wasting my time here, people? 1 for yes, 2 for no.
I don't see her.
Just call checks. Arctic was the one that's.
Check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, maybe. Hold on a second. She's not in this chat. All right, scratch that.
Check said she's not here.
Cool. Misunderstood it.
But, like on the other hand, you have to. I'm trying to stay neutral
I understand.
because, I mean, yeah, Don and Candace, it doesn't look good for them.
Right.
But I think we've all done things that we're innocent of and look guilty of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I've been arrested before, so, I'm a little bit of good and a little bit of bad, in my history and whatever.
Absolutely, Miss Harmony.
So anyways, yeah, I called the cops because Pam called me and Lisa in the middle of the night, asking us to stop freaking out, asked us if we were watching Daisy Vidging. I said no, but I'm in bed, and I said I don't watch them anyway. I said why?
Okay.
And she says, Candace has got these homeless people that have kids and they're talking about sleeping in the park. And Candace was talking about wanting to bring the kids in the hotel room to sleep, but doesn't know how to approach the parent.
Oh, she
I'm
wanted
thinking
the kids to sleep in the car, so she was just trying to be like a good Samaritan type of a thing.
In a second. I wasn't sure what she was thinking.
Okay.
Honestly, because I don't know Candace, you know what I mean?
Right, and no, I'm
I
only
wanna say
asking because I was.
Okay. Please remember her saying she does not know Candace. She doesn't know Candace, but she sure follows her on Facebook and her husband. But wait till the end of the phone call. Mind you, this whole phone call is, hey, white boy, could you get a hold of them so I can apologize? If you are smutting a family on YouTube, like I don't care about what YouTube video you saw or what creator in the true crime genre told you that this family did. If you've done harm to the family, do not waste your time contacting me acting as a middleman. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You're bypassing reality. Like there's 4 police agencies that have been involved in the case. You have bypassed reality and said, Prayer Garden has shown me the way. Do not contact me because this will happen. Noelle's good. Noelle and Candace, they have their own relationship. And I'll tell you it's good. And that's all I'll say about it. Noelle can play up under somebody fast. I get frustrated. I walk away at some point on this call. But me and Noelle together, almost unbeatable. Do not do not contact me. I will not arrange an apology. And I'm going to air out into the entire internet the fool that you sound like. You should have listened to reality, not Greg Harden. It's not my fault.
I missed it. I wasn't there, so I was trying to figure it out.
Right. The way I look at it is, you can think you know somebody, or
right. No, I
may not know somebody.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it from the logical end of someone's missing. We don't know what happened. Really, she should not have kids and strangers' kids, at that, in the hotel room.
Okay.
No idea, James.
I get that. It makes me feel uneasy.
I did it. Yeah, I did it out of concern.
Okay. We got to remember though.
Well, so it was a stranger, like it was somebody homeless or something to that effect. They were sleeping in their car, and Candace was concerned about the fact that the person had children, and she was trying to say, maybe we can have the kids sleep in the hotel with us, so they didn't sleep in the car. Well, and because just the whole situation, and that this nice lady here didn't sit right.
Hopeful 615 says, fortunately, there will be an arrest soon. Sadly, I think Fred is telling the truth, but not of who did it. I think he was involved. Hopeful 16615.
Maybe can we try lowering the volume a little bit? We have some people saying it sounds muffled.
Yeah, I'll lower it. I'll lower it. Hopeful 615. I've been hearing there's going to be an arrest soon for 2 years. This is not local detectives that are investigating or questioning you or think that you're involved. This is feds. Once again, just to be clear tonight, if anyone has family that's ever been arrested, let me give you an example. I was involved in a case one time where they thought that I robbed something. Okay, it wasn't me, but it was a group of us. Okay, they arrested somebody. Never did they say, "Hey, wipe." You're clear. They never did that. And they never said, "Hey, white boy, guess what? Cleared." That is not even in a movie. They don't even do that in a movie. But on YouTube, you morons. Why are you not anything cleared yet? Do you see how dumb you look? But back to your comment, I get what you're saying, and I'm not singling you out. But the entire thing with Ziggy, so you mean to tell me there's a guy who is distributing meth, meaning he's selling it. I don't know. Something tells me he's getting high on his own supply just by the look at his haircut and his weight and his lack of physical defense when he's choked out. Something. So just so I'm understanding the internet correctly, he waited until he got to jail to say something about Summer. It's kind of like, did you get cleared yet?
With her, and so she was concerned.
I understand, but from the other side of the coin, Candace Wells has not been, she's been looked at, and yes, Summer's missing, but if she's not presumed guilty by the court of law, then that does not that does not make her expelled from being around.
No, that's not what she was.
I know.
Okay, all right.
No,
I just
she
walked
wasn't,
back out.
she
So
wasn't meaning that. No, he walked in the
we're
house.
just talking we're just talking. It's nothing like.
All right. Hopeful 615. Once again, I thought you could not be around children if you're a registered sex offender. Who's a registered sex offender? You are the lady on the phone. You haven't even heard the meat and potatoes yet. You are the person. Well, I haven't been cleared yet. I want testimony from someone who's been arrested ever for anything to let me know they've been cleared. I want to see documented information from law enforcement office. I want to see it on paper that they've been cleared. Newsflash, that never happens. Who's a registered sex offender? What part of the story did you not understand when all minors were involved? Those were little kids. Now, I'm not saying what the little kids did. I'm not justifying that. But you have so much lack of the penal system that you think that a minor who plays grab ass or do whatever they do has to register as a registered sexual offender. You don't have a brain. You have to be as an adult to register as a sex offender. Like, what part of the story did we not understand? Again, here you are in my comments, utterly repeating a narrative that a tragedy pimp brainwashed you to have, and legally you cannot prove it. I want her not blocked, but timed out because she's stupid. And when she gets timed out, chat, I want her timed out twice. I want the entire chat to say, why is Hopeful 615 not cleared? You're soft if you don't do it, chat.
I already did it. No. I just don't want her to
I think it's more of a motherly instinct that came over me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just didn't. It didn't feel right to you, and so you
No.
you did what you did.
No.
What made you decide to tell? Well, I was gonna say us, but not us. My husband about it. I mean, I'm only here because I walked out to see what he was up to. But I mean, why did you feel like you wanted to tell Matt?
Because I didn't want other creators. They were blaming JLR, Dustin, PG.
So you wanted, if anybody.
Wow. Listen to what the creator she's mentioned so far. She also backs JLR, Justice for Nobody, and Prayer Garden, which we know. Man, she's on a roll on her research on the case as far as YouTube goes.
You started to spread it. You wanted someone to tell the truth.
I'm not like that. I mean,
if
I did something and somebody else is getting blamed for it, I'm not going to sit there and let them get blamed for it.
Right, I understand. So, say somebody were to turn around and blame it on somebody else. Basically, you're pretty much giving Matt permission to be like, no, it wasn't that person. The person called and told me who it was, type of thing. Is that what you would want him to do?
No, I did it out of my conscience and my honesty.
Okay. But I mean, did you want Matt to clear that up if it happened, or
Yeah, if he was.
Okay, that's what I was trying to understand. I wasn't really sure why. A lot of people.
This Pam Tate lady is starting shit with Lisa.
Okay.
Jackie. Now I'm waiting for her to start on me. I tried calling her out. PG booted me off panel last night. I couldn't defend myself.
Andrea Wheatley, excuse me.
That's what
I wonder if Ziggy paid for him to talk. She basically did.
She said it on her live.
She put money on his books and then produced money for him to produce the call.
Yeah, she was covered up.
I don't know if I didn't break that down earlier enough when I was breaking down like the pearls and stuff. Guys in jail have their back, they're desperate. There's not a man in prison in the United States that is not depending on a woman. I don't know how I don't know how people can take that, but it's the truth. There's not a man in the United States prison system that's not depending on a woman for money. What do I mean by that? Wife, girlfriend, side piece.
Oh, stab your ass in the face.
Even if they're selling dope inside the prison and getting it off the land, which means they're making money inside a prison, off the prison, they have to have a little bit of money to get that going. It's the oldest one in the book, and I've been there, and I'm telling you from experience. Just because she didn't say it, you have to look at what it is.
She did say it. I commented. She said on her live that she paid for it. That's odd.
They made it all seem like me and Lisa had this all set up, and that I knew Lisa in person, and I'm like, I'm all the way in fucking Florida.
Oh,
I've never met Lisa. You know what I mean?
Right. I didn't know you were in Florida. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm in Fort Myers.
Heard what you said and then dismissed you. I bet that didn't make you feel very
Really quick. No, it didn't make me feel right. I was frantic trying to get a hold of anybody to get a hold of Canada. Don, somebody.
Oh, you could have contacted us.
She tried to, but
Oh, she did. Oh.
I tried to.
I saw her messages. I never heard the thing ring. What got my
Did you try to call me?
I don't know who you are.
Oh, okay.
So I think
It's like the worst thing that you could say to Noelle after you're DMing me. At least fake
I
it.
love when chicks say, I didn't know how to get a hold of you.
This is why
No one believes you.
we're in this spot. Because that was the dumbest thing you could say. Now I know that you're dumb. Or that you don't I don't know. Let's continue.
her settings, but it very well could be my settings. Either one of our settings has it to where we have to.
What platform is it? Because you have your things turned off.
What she says when I asked her about TBI, it's coming up. People. I don't know where it's at.
And
it's not a video.
I never heard the notifications, nothing. But I got a message that she sent after it, and I didn't. I said, huh? And then today, it was today that you messaged me, correct? I'm just trying to figure this out.
No, I messaged you the same day I got a hold of you.
No. Yeah. No, I know that. But when you said I also live where you're at, that was today. Correct?
Oh, today, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So yeah, today I got another message. So I was getting her messages, not her calls, and then I went to her profile and I followed her. And then I was able to call her back. So it may be me, but one of us has the settings on to where you have to follow each other before you call.
I think it might be on her end because if she follows you and she was able to call you, or you might not have your settings at all. Like anybody can call me as long as they're my friend. But if you're not friends with me, you can't. So it could be the same on her end.
Did you tell?
So
yeah, you can send me a friend request.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I'll do that.
What
are you under on Facebook? I'm damaged goods with no regrets.
This the lady that called TBI and the police on Candace the other night.
Just my name, Beth Ann
We'll get into it in a second.
I know. Is that what is your username on YouTube? I feel like I know that name.
Beth Ann Horton.
Okay, so you use the same name. Okay, then I've seen you floating around somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Carol?
Hey, can you hear me, Beth? Beth, can you hear me?
Whichever way it may be.
Oh no, what I was saying is you want us to reach out to Don and Candace and try to like mesh things.
Well, I just want them to let them know why I did it.
Right. Just know that we always record these kind of phone calls and stuff when people talk stuff about Don and Candace.
Coming up, Miss
Right.
Harmony. Coming up, Miss Harmony. Coming up.
Say it again now. I think you broke up for a second. You heard what I said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But we can try to get him on the phone for you.
Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, you know, my heart wants to believe Candace and Donna.
Listen to this shit, people.
Right. I think everybody
The
wants
things,
to believe, you know.
the things that go against them, you know, that they looks pretty bad.
Right.
Not to be a buzzkill, I know everybody's waiting on what TBI said, but as you're listening to this lady,
Legit cockblocker. That is fine.
she's watching. We've already said what channel she's watching. She doesn't have one positive thought. There's not a microscopic chance in her little brain that maybe what the information she's taking in on YouTube is wrong, and or has she looked at what the law enforcement handling the case has said? She's got this like one-sided negative view on the Wells. As you listen to this, I mean, she's reciting what channel she watches, and towards the end of this call, this is a very long call.
45 minutes.
I say, you know, what did TBI say to you? She says it, and then she gets into why she called the police. But towards the end of the call, it's like, I have her off YouTube. Yeah, she hit up White Boy on DM, but now it's like we're talking, and I'm like just saying what I always do over here. And there's a change of heart. This is sick. This is sick. This is a fucking sickness. This is why Ronnie Lawson, and this is why that spokesman lady said, hey man, stop. There have been tens, if not hundreds of thousands of nutballs exactly like this. And some creators on YouTube still to this day saying the same things. But you know, they're taking it to the FBI. And her reason for calling them was something that I don't know who the hell this creator is. Nobody knows about what the hell murmuring murder and what? You called TV? What? People. This is sad. This is why this is sad. This is disgusting. Ronnie Lawson, the spokesman, said stop. People kept doing it. So many precious hours of resources from the law enforcement up there have been wasted because of morons like this. Morons. It is it's sad. It is sad.
That's just my opinion.
Right back.
I mean, well, I think that depends on a lot to do with social media and YouTube, because
I think it depends on who's saying it.
I mean, not to, you know, not for nothing, but Prayer Garden is a very like not positive person. She doesn't. I don't. She's
I agree.
I mean, she's only on there.
I can agree.
She's just like Doug, No Thanks, or Josh, where they're making careers out of, you know, trying to sway the thought of the public. Because on the other side of the fence with law enforcement, I mean, they're, you know, it's not like they're not doing anything. I mean, it's just,
well,
you know, they
you know, right, and it's like, I'm thinking if they were really being looked at, law enforcement knows where they're at.
Exactly.
They wouldn't allow them to leak a case like that.
Yeah, and well, remember too when Jonathan went to their door and banged on it when Candace was there. The cops went there that day.
I saw that.
Yeah, so
I saw that.
they definitely aren't people of interest at all because the cops have definitely been around them.
That's wrong. That is wrong. I mean, if Candace is gone, I'm not asking. I wanted to be friends with Candace. Because I felt like she was in an abusive relationship.
Lady, you just called TBI and the police on her. What?
Okay.
And I wanted to let her know that if that was the case and she's afraid of Don, that she's not alone.
Okay, I understand.
I mean, I've been there. I've been in that kind of situation before. It's scary.
It's always nice to know you have somebody.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm doing on my channel. Right now, I started doing things differently on my channel.
I'm sorry, but I think Daisy and Jinkies, I don't think they're doing her any good.
Well, they just offer her a platform to kind of let her speak. I don't think they're, doing anything other than that. I mean, Candace has got to be able to, vent and hang out and have some fun. I mean,
no, she should.
Yeah.
She should.
She should. None of us know truly if she's innocent or guilty, but by our country's standards, we, one is innocent until proven guilty. So it becomes tough with
that's true.
The opinions on YouTube where you're watching, you have to be very
that's what I really don't like. Because people confuse people.
You gotta be very cautious and given.
L.A. Leggett, I appreciate you joining the members. Thank you. Guys, look, I actually apologize. The TBI stuff is coming at the end, and we're I don't know where it's at. It's 16:20. We're at 16 minutes and 29 seconds into a 42-minute phone call. What had happened was she told me her reason, and she told me in this room right here. She told me really fast everything we're saying right now, and I'm like, oh, hold on a second, my mom's calling. What had happened was mom's calling. Noelle, this bitch is fucking banana cakes. And I'm like, you gotta hear this shit. And Noelle's on the phone. I'm like, Noelle, hang the phone up. This is grade A crazy. Grade A crazy. And I explain it real fast to Noelle. I'm like, all right, look, get a phone. We have to record this. I'm thinking fast. So repeating the questions that's natural to me in here, out there. So it's coming, I promise you. But if you're paying attention so far, I called TBI on Candace. And then I called the cops on her. I want to be her friend, though. And I watched Credit Card. It's just like, this explains so much. And we're not even halfway through. It is insane. And before I hit the play, she talks about Crazy Critter Farms and Jenkies twice so far. I stood up for them. The other night, when this phone call happened, I jumped up on Crazy Critter Farms panel. And I got kind of mad. And I yelled at a guy. And I apologized to Miss Daisy. Immediately, I apologized to Candace because I do know that they are friends. I did not know who that guy was. Over here at Team Whiteboard Radio, I'm not letting. And I respect Miss Daisy. She's nice to me. I know that her and Candace are tight. I have nothing bad to say about Miss Daisy as a person. I do want to state this though, just so everybody understands and why they understand. I got mad the other night. If you come over here to Team White Boy Radio, I can promise you Justice for Nobody will never be on this panel. There will never be a tragedy pimp up on the panel unless I'm talking about them and they have the balls to come over here and request a link. I owe them that. But I'm never going to brainstorm with them. I learned my lesson in a potato case. It's not happening again. So if we're looking at a situation where it's pretty like it's not. If I'm trying to figure something out, I don't need Justice for Nobody. Like I don't need his insight. Like I don't need it. I don't need Doug. I don't need Lab. I don't need any of these. Prayer Garden. No thanks. I'm good. I'll get Whisper, the dog. She's more brains than all of them, and more honest. Like you're never gonna see that. My only complaint to Miss Daisy is, if you are tight with the Wells, but why do you have these people on your panel that's why, man? Why do you have these people come on that shit on them? Why open your platform to these dirtbags? Like that will never happen over here, ever. So I respect and I'm grateful you offer me the link and everything like that, and I jump on your panel a lot. You know that, and I appreciate that, man. But when I jump up there, I don't know all these people up there. I don't know who these people are. There's tragedy pimps everywhere. I didn't bring my spray. So if I'm talking and whoever this guy is says something, I'm just like, whoa. I heard what you said, and I'm gonna snap. If I don't agree with it, I'm gonna snap. And I'm expecting to go to Home Team. I'm expecting to go to a channel that is looking at the facts the same that I am. Okay? And I'm expecting for you to have it as tight knit as White Boy has it over here. So maybe it's not you, maybe it's me. But I'm always gonna have it like that over here. And I am sorry, and I appreciate you. And as you could see, away from the internet, I stuck up for you. But I ask you in the most polite and respectful manner, keep them people away. And that is it.
Thought who you're watching, who you're supporting, because like I said, I didn't have the best opinion of them in the beginning. Maybe where you stand, but at some point when not YouTubers, forget about YouTube, they don't do anything. But when the real boys in blue, like 4 different police agencies, the FBI, TBI, the local police, multiple searches. I mean, I talk to Don all the time. Most people don't know that he's still in contact with the TBI on a regular. But when you compare what the police have done, the interaction, it's apples to oranges in a sense, because the police, if they had even an inch to put handcuffs on them for the whatever of Summer Wells, they would do it. There's multiple agencies involved. But when you come to YouTube, it's kind of like now we're dealing with, I don't want to say amateurs, but you're dealing with a lot.
No, go ahead, because that's exactly what it is. It's school bullshit.
A lot of people that have
drama,
a lot of different opinions, and a lot of people, they're good at selling their thoughts and opinions, and they actually can make themselves sound very credible, like they know what they're talking about. And maybe in their heads they do feel as though they know exactly what they're talking about because of whatever they've figured out or learned or thought they understood along the way. I mean, it gets very confusing.
Well, true crime is,
and there's so many opinions.
True crime is tricky because it's attached to
drama,
social media, and if we think about Like just the average
Hey,
person.
Mystical.
Does the average person on their Facebook
Thank
post
God.
about the bad
Thank God.
things in
Shout out
life
to
or the
Mystical.
good things in life? It's always
Prayers
the
to
good
Mystical.
things in life. And if I take it a step further, if for my YouTube channel, if I do a positive motivational speech on Monday.
Crime, Yanni, Survivor Safe. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Sorry I'm so late.
Will that get as many views, or if I expose somebody, will that override the motivational speech? The drama is always going to get more views.
And your parodies.
And so YouTube and YouTubers have absolutely incorporated the fake news media to YouTube. And what bothers me is they're gaining off the suffering of a situation. I'm not saying that they're innocent. I'm not saying that they're guilty. I'm not saying that somebody's right, somebody's wrong. But what I'm saying is, as of right now, legally through law enforcement, they are
needle pulling the thread. I do understand that you've been with me a long time. That is misinformation. That is misinformation. You are, please don't repeat that. I mean, you can repeat it. You can do whatever you want, but that is entirely misinformation. I mean, that legally doesn't even make sense. What you're saying, it legally doesn't make sense. Again, anybody who's had people in their family arrested, if you know anyone who's been arrested, let me break it down even simpler. I'm driving and Noelle is in the passenger seat. I get prescribed Adderalls, which actually on my last arrest, they had the nerve to charge me with possession of a controlled substance. My own prescription, right? Let's use this example. I dropped an Adderall in between the seats. When they pull us over, we're both questioned. One of us has to go to jail. Or maybe, and to give you a second example, we have the pill falling in between the seats, or maybe there's a domestic situation. Two examples. In both examples, the police question us separately, but the final result is one goes to jail. What does not happen is the other person says, the cop doesn't go to the other person and say, cleared. It doesn't happen. But that wasn't your question. I just wanted to recite how stupid people sound when they say that. And on a federal level, which the feds have like an 85% conviction rate on, they definitely don't say, clear. They don't do that. But on your example with Mary, this is something that Don, I don't know why Don would ever say this on the internet. Well, I do know, because he's honest. He admitted to something that happened when he was a child, and the other party was a child. Where is there? I want somebody, I will delete the YouTube channel right now for the first person to Google a child who is a registered sex offender. I will not only delete the YouTube channel, you get the deed to my house. If you can show me one registered sex offender that is a child under the age of 12, you get a house and a YouTube channel. You can't. But you're falling victim to what you've heard on a Tragedy Pimp channel. A Tragedy Pimp channel said, why aren't they cleared yet? And to double down, somebody who is actually a neighbor in this investigation said, had the balls, as if she wasn't lying about everything else, says, oh, today I got cleared. Jody Sue Brown. Did she show any? How did she get cleared? They mail her something? No. I've had charges dropped and they've mailed me something. But I have charges. I was arrested for it. They dropped the charges. Where did she show her phone and say, right here? They called me at 3:47. Cleared. No. She just said that she was cleared. The people are saying, oh, when they're going to be cleared? You sound like a moron. But furthermore, with the registered sex offender stuff, where it's children, you're getting played, manipulated by tragedy pimps, and you're literally in chats saying their narrative. It blows my mind. It blows a pedo, a groomer. We don't like those people because they are adults that prey on children. I've never in my life called a child a pedo or a groomer. People, we can argue, we can have discourse, but what we can't do is change the facts.
Can't turn a minor into
We can all have opinions. Everybody can have opinions, but everybody cannot change the facts. And that's all I'm saying.
Not arrested. There's still an active Amber Alert. TBI just made a post.
It really hurts me to have to break this down.
It's ridiculous.
There are so many channels that don't have a basic concept of the penal system, of the law. And the subscribers just repeat utter nonsense, and they think that like they're doing something. It's like you look like an idiot, but it is sad, and that is my point exactly with this phone call. We finally have one of those people on the phone, and I really want to hear and let you guys hear what she has to say. So at this point forward, do not ask any stupid questions. So I don't have to keep stopping it to just, why is the convicted felon, the idiot scumbag, the loser, why does he have more knowledge of the penal system than 90% of the true crime community?
They just did AI generated future photos. They said they're still working on the case. I know for a fact Don has been in contact with not only TBI, he's done an interview with local media out there. A lot of people don't actually know what's going on because whatever they say gets picked apart, ridiculed, divided, and just spun into every different way. There's a lot more that I can say, but if people don't really understand what's going on, they just attach themselves kind of to a hate trains, which fuels and produces.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I was honest with Candace. I told her that.
Right.
But I'm sure now, after me calling the police, that's not going to look good either.
I mean, was it the police or was it at the TBI?
Did they go to the hotel room?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You okay, I'm sorry. I forgot that part. Matt had said that they were there. Did anything happen? Was anyone in trouble, or they just wanted to go check it out?
No, they just checked it out.
She had. I believe you walked in the house when she said this. That had
I got moderators. I trust
anybody
them.
been really thinking it was Don and Candace, they wouldn't have let them leave the state. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I thought about that because I thought.
Marie, it was an accident.
My ex used to get in trouble.
Right.
He'd be on probation, whatever. He wasn't allowed to leave the state even for his grandfather's funeral.
Oh, that's kind of crappy. But I mean, like, I'm sure whatever he did, that's why they, depending on what it is you do, that's depending on how strict they're going to be with you.
He was a flight risk. I mean, he lived down here, and
well, I mean, I feel very bad that you had to be put through a situation like that.
No, I'm not in it no more.
Well, at one point, you were, and that's never an easy situation.
Right.
So it's really crappy. I feel very bad for you. But
I'm just
one thing I want you to always try to keep in mind, and it's going to be hard, especially with YouTube, is that Don and Candace could literally come out and tell everybody, we talked to all the law enforcement agencies today, this, that, the next thing, and this is what kind of updates we received today. And anybody that hears it, they are going to repeat it, but not every. The story, and you're going to have 10 versions of the same story.
Here we go.
And it's going to get worse and worse as you listen to the 10 different people. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I started watching when Evil entered last night.
Okay.
They have things about Jody Sue on there.
Okay, I watched Jody Sue for about 5-10 minutes once, and then I stopped, so I don't really know much about her.
There was shocking things that one Evil Entered had on there that Jody Sue said. And I used to be a diehard Jody, I was for Jody Sue.
Okay.
Now I'm really questionable. It's really questionable.
I understand that.
It's funny to just keep track. Josh, Doug, Kindergarten, the other 4 shenanigan channels, she said, and also Jody Sue, all negative. But it was Jody Sue to break her, to kind of wake her up a little bit. Not really. She's agreeing with us because she's been in this echo chamber of negativity, and every conversation she's had about Don and Candace Wells, she's agreed with. Now she's talking to people that actually know the family, and she's asking a favor for them. We're like, well, here's reality, and here's your YouTube theories. And all of a sudden, the truth peeps out.
I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. A lot of people like her. A lot of people don't like her. I generally don't care for her, and I've made that very out there, open and honest and clear, but I'm very blunt, and that's the type of person I am. I've never, especially with some of the things that she has admitted, and then she tries to retract it, and, once you say it, it's already out there, and well, I heard that, and then you're going to turn around and backtrack. Well, yeah, you lost me, and I'm never gonna ever say anything nice to you again, so I'm not gonna be around you. So yeah, you lost me a long time ago, but I don't know, your reason. I'm not saying anything bad towards you for liking her. That's, you have your own reasons. You're allowed to like who you like. That's not my business.
Oh no, I came into the Summer Wells place. I had a later date, right before her 1 year.
Okay.
So at that point, I didn't know who was good, who was bad, who was anything in life.
Right.
I still don't. I'm learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gave a catch up listening to everything.
If you're in the chat and you're watching this, what she just said is, I know, please be honest. She says, I just started watching the Summer Wells case, and I don't know who's good and who's bad. If that has happened to you, please be honest. I swear my life, I will not single you out. Nothing. I would honestly want to know. I don't care I don't care what side of the fence you are here. but I know that statement she just said is to be very true because I've talked to a lot of my own subscribers, and again, people fail to realize I made a lot of negative videos on the wells a couple years ago. I did not feel the way that I did now about the wells. They're all deleted, but it's a favor to me as someone who sits up here and gives you honesty and keeps it real to just give it back to me about that statement. Please, you're not going to get singled out. I'm going to read the comments. I would just honestly want to know.
You want figuring it out.
Oh, well, if I could just jump in right quick, that's exactly why I felt the way that I felt, which was similar to how you feel now. At the end of the day, there's no catching up, and there's no, you're not behind.
Yeah, I can't.
You're not behind on the case at all. Now, maybe on YouTube you are, but there's been like no information on the case. I mean, as of last week when those photos came and TBI, just wanted to give a positive message on they're still in the case.
The TBI stuff's coming
the newest
right now.
information we've had
It's coming soon.
with law enforcement. We have to remember that they're the ones that are going to arrest whoever the perpetrator is. YouTube has made, they have made this way more than it is, and I think that a lot of opinions get swayed because of
Crooked Arrow. So true, Crooked Arrow.
People like Don Wells who don't understand the internet. In my opinion, he didn't have any business sharing his personal things.
He's very open and honest.
What happened? Okay, when he was a boy, but because he did.
What's this guy talking about? Who is this guy talking right now? Who is this guy talking right now? Why doesn't this guy understand they haven't been cleared? Why doesn't this guy talking right now understand that he's an RSO? I need answers. I'm Summer's Army.
That he was then spun into a chomo, a pedo. He's not on any sexual offender list. He's not on any of these things. But, it makes me wonder, out of the tens of thousands of people who leave these type of comments on the internet, they probably have either done the same thing or know someone in their family that has done the same thing, and they don't call those people these words. But once again, we're resorting back to YouTubers. You cannot find any update with law enforcement out of 4 agencies that are going to tell you anything about any of that. They don't care, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with why Summer went missing. There's things like jackets and a blue couch and a Jose and there's all these conspiracies that YouTubers come up with, but that is only existing on YouTube. At the end of the day, none of that has anything to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells. And the information that we have by law enforcement is, unfortunately, it's not a lot, but.
Right.
I mean, I see a lot of argument.
Yeah.
All the time. Drama.
And, that's what's getting them paid. The drama, everything, the more clicks and views, comments, likes, dislikes, that makes their algorithm, that makes them money. So, the worse you talk about a situation and the better you are at selling that bad information, the more money you're going to make.
Yeah.
And everybody, it does not matter. I've seen it. I could do a very positive, motivational thing today where it's actually important and it's helping people. And tomorrow I can cuss somebody up and down. Today I'm going to have 30 people with my good inspirational thing. Tomorrow when I'm cussing someone out or showing up to a meet and greet or something, people are going to sit there. I'm going to have 500, 600, 1,000 people in my chat. It's amazing.
Well, I get it.
I just don't want to hear the good anymore. And I don't know what happened, why people are like that. Nobody cares about the good, really important things. People only want the
Well, I try to think there's good in everybody.
Right.
Well, the problem is when they're covering this case, they're not doing it truthfully. Like an example is what I see on YouTube a lot from multiple different channels is Don Wells has told me personally, as well as Candace, and this is the truth. This is the same with any missing kid case with when FBI is involved. They sat down with the FBI. It took, I believe it was multiple days, maybe two, could have been longer.
And language specialists.
They had to write down the exact timeline. Okay, that's why it took a few times with them meeting them. The only people with that timeline is Don. Excuse me. The only people that know of that timeline is Don and Candace, and the FBI have the timeline. The only people that have the timeline is the FBI. So when you see these YouTube videos about the timeline, how could a YouTuber possibly have any access to what the FBI have in their files?
They only guess by what has been released, and then they run with their own narrative.
Oh, and I look at it too. At the end of the day, no matter what, whoever did this to her,
Where's this TBI shit at? At the end, right?
or if she's still out there,
I'm getting
they're
tired.
gonna pay God.
I'm getting tired of her voice
I'm
already.
religious, but I love God.
Absolutely.
Oh, she loves
And I
God.
know I'm gonna have to answer to Him.
Yes, ma'am. We all do.
So
That's actually a very good point. Carol, of course he did. My moderator, Carol, of course, I say Google something. Number one sleuth, of course, she found one kid in the entire world who was convicted and as one 12-year-old kid as a registered sex offender. Carol's a beast. But I want to, for the people who resonate with this woman and still we're waiting on the TBI information of what they said as a response for calling in. This is important. This is a woman of God. Never mind, she watched a YouTube channel, a few of them, and made up things in her head and called the FBI and the local police department because of what she took in, because she had conviction that they are guilty. What was that? She had any proof? No proof. It's the YouTube. But now she's a woman of God. Now she goes to church on Sunday and she prays. She knows her pastor. Now when she goes back to the house, and the pastor of the church, we put him to the side and we turn the YouTube on. And we go to all the now she's not like watching hymns and prayer recitals. She goes to Prayer Garden and No Thanks Doug and so on and so JLR. But never mind that. She's a woman of faith.
that's all on the end of the day. But I'm not one of them people that I couldn't sit there and let somebody else be bashed.
Right.
And taking the heat when I was the one who called.
But so I'm just I did hear about the police call, but I didn't get a clear answer. So the reason that you called TBI was because
finally
Candace said that she was
offering to let somebody's kids sleep in the motel so they didn't have to sleep in the car for the evening.
Okay.
And with Candace's children not being with her and what's going on with Summer, she felt uncomfortable because she, correct me if I'm wrong, she had said that she just didn't think that.
Noel, do me a favor. Get Candace Wells on the phone for 10 seconds. I want her to debunk this. Okay, what was her reasoning? What was the real situation with this? I forgot.
With what?
This lady, I'm gonna.
Because the people, they were
they were short on their hotel rent for 2 days, so they got booted out. And Candace and Don had given them food, drinks, a couple dollars, whatever they could to help them out. But she was stating that she wished there was something she could do to help them further, but she never wanted to bring them into the hotel.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So Candace stated that she was wanting to help these people because of hardship. I'm not repeating everything that Well said. I'm sure you heard it. That was reality. Now, before she explains what TBI said, I'm going to rewind it back. Just so reality is on the table. Candace was helping some people in tough times. And she was wishing she could do more for the people. And she expressed this on a panel. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna rewind this and let it play out. With this, what this woman, somehow, some way, this woman watched a few live streams. And instead of what the reality was, she was told or saw other than reality, which will bring you to the point of her calling TBI. So let's rewind it back just 20 seconds. Unfucking believable. Beth, you are the weakest link. What?
Yeah.
Well, at one point, you were, and
or if she's still out there, they're gonna. I'm a kind of a religious person. I love
YouTubers come up with, but that is only existing on YouTube. At the end of the day, none of that has anything to do with
likes, dislikes, their algorithm that makes them money. People are going to sit there. I'm going to have 500, 600.
John Wells has told me personally this case, and
You can't rewind it. It acts like that.
Thing today where it's actually important and it's helping people. But I don't know, your reason. I'm not saying anything bad towards you for liking her. That's, you have your own reasons. You're allowed to like who you like.
I don't actually know what's going on because whatever I say gets picked apart, ridiculed, divided, and just spun into every different way.
That's right.
when the evil answered last night.
Okay.
They have things about JD Sue on that.
Okay, I understand that. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. A lot of people like her, a lot of people don't like her. You again, so I'm not going to be around you. So yeah, she lost me a long.
I didn't know who was good, who was bad, who was anything like.
Right.
I still don't. I'm learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were you gave a catch-up thing to everyone and figuring it out.
Oh, well, if I could just jump in right quick, that's exactly why I felt the way that I felt, which was similar to how you feel now we've had with law enforcement. We have to remember that they're the ones that are going to arrest whoever the perpetrator is. YouTube has made, they're the ones that are going to arrest. Give a positive message on their selling the cake. there's been like no information on the case, on the case at all. At the end of the day, jump in right quick. You know, that's exactly why I felt.
You give a catch up listening to everyone and figuring it out.
Oh, well, you know, if when those photos came and TBI, you know, people like Don Wells who don't understand the internet, in my opinion, he didn't have any business sharing his personal things. Know someone in their family that has done the same thing, and they don't call those people these words. But once again, we're resorting back to YouTubers. You cannot.
Come on, what the fuck was this internet?
Oh, a pedo. He's not on any sexual offender list. He's not on any of these things.
Did we hear this already? I lost my spot. I'm trying to find it, y'all. My bad. We heard this, right?
But, you know, it makes me wonder, out of the tens of thousands of people.
We're 26 minutes into 42-minute phone call. Did we hear this?
Who leave these type of comments on the internet, they probably have either done the same thing or know someone in their family that has done the same thing, and they don't call those people these words. But once again, we're resorting back to YouTubers. You cannot find any update with law enforcement out of 4 agencies that are going to tell.
Huh? She says that TBI shit at the end. I'm barely even middle way into it. We're good right here.
All right.
Right
anything about any of that. They don't care, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with why Summer went missing. There's things like jackets and a blue couch and a Jose and there's all
Time, drama.
Yeah, we heard this.
And you know, that's what's getting them paid. The drama, everything. People with my good inspirational thing tomorrow, when I'm cussing someone out or showing up to a meet and greet or something, people are gonna sit there. I'm gonna have 500, 600, 1,000 people in my chat. It's amazing.
Well, I get it.
I just don't want to hear the good anymore, and I don't know what happened. Why people are like that? Nobody cares about the good, really important things. People only want the.
Well, I try to think good in everybody.
Right.
Well, the problem is, when they're covering this case, they're not doing it truthfully. Like, an example is what I see on YouTube a lot from multiple different channels is Don Wells has told me personally, as well as Candace, and this is the truth. This is the same with any missing kid case when FBI is involved. They sat down with the FBI. It took, I believe it was multiple days, maybe 2, could have been longer.
And body language specialists.
They had to write down the exact timeline. Okay, that's why it took a few times with them meeting them. The only people with that timeline is Don. Excuse me. The only people that know of that timeline is Don and Candace, and the FBI have the timeline. The only people that have the timeline is the FBI. So when you see these YouTube videos about the timeline, how could a YouTuber possibly have any access to what the FBI have in their files?
They only guess by what has been released, and then they run with their own narrative.
Oh, you know, and I look at it too, at the end of the day, no matter what, whoever did this to her, or if she's still out there, they're gonna pay that. I'm a kind of a religious person, you know, I love God.
Absolutely.
And I know I'm gonna have to answer to him.
Yes, ma'am, we all do.
You know, so that's all on the end of the day. But I'm not one of them people that.
Yeah, here we are.
I couldn't sit there and let somebody else.
We're right here.
Be bashed.
Right.
And take the lead when I was the one who called.
These are good.
But so I did hear about the police call, but I didn't get a clear answer. So the reason that you called TBI was because Candace said that she was gonna have.
She was offering to let somebody stay, somebody's kids sleep in the motel, so they didn't have to sleep in the car for the evening.
Okay.
And with Candace's children not being with her and what's going on with Summer, she felt uncomfortable because she, correct me if I'm wrong, she had said that she just didn't think that she should have somebody else's children in her house with the whole situation that's taken place and still going on.
So what exactly did you say to when they TBI when you called them?
I called TBI about the Jackie Dobbs video.
See, I didn't see that. I don't even know what
Oh,
happened.
okay. Well, I thought you said you called them on Candace with the kid because you.
No, I called Springdale Police Department.
Right, but you said that you were the one that called the cops on Candace.
Yeah, that was a regular call, not the TBI.
Yeah, no TBI. I turned that video in that I sent you and I sent Candace.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm confused because you said that when you called, the guy said that he didn't seem interested, but
he did not seem interested.
Yeah, but they went out there. Okay. I understand that. I have to explain this to the chat. I have to rewind this back 10 seconds. No, I won't. Okay. Okay, so everybody understands we're 31 minutes and 50 seconds in to 42 minutes and 44 seconds. She tells me that when she calls TBI, she explains she watched either a prayer garden or whatever the fucking video she recited earlier in the chat or whatever the hell. I don't know. There was a creator, she said in this recording, that I have not a clue who it is. And there was jerking off and murders, and she decided to call. She said that TBI was not interested at all of what she had to say. Right here is a different instance. This is what she's talking about here is the motel where Candace was trying to help people and said she wished she could do more. That's what the reality was, but she watched a YouTube video, which whatever tragedy pimp said that she was going to do evil things and bad things. So this is a subscriber that, and people, she's not mental. You could hear she talks clear. She's local to me. She might be mental. She might be mental. I don't know. But this lady called the 2 different law enforcement agencies and then sends a friend request. And then, how about this? The channel that she was getting the information from turned on her, said, no, you're lying. You and the other person who called the cops, you guys known each other the whole time. This is a conspiracy. So you'll hear me. I'm like, oh, when this comes out, I'm like, oh. So the tragedy pimp lied to you, and you're on the internet as the out person. How did it feel getting attacked? Oh, it was so bad. Well, how would it feel getting attacked and you're missing a little girl? Oh, I don't know. Well, would it make you pick the bottle up a little bit? Yeah. I even say, would it make you do something else? I forget exactly how I worded it, but I'm going to rewind it 10 seconds back so you guys can understand what's going on.
Springdale Police Department.
Right, but you said that you were the one that called the cops up with the kid because you.
No. Video.
See, I didn't see that. I don't even know what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you said you called him on Candace with the kid because you.
No. No, I called Springdale Police Department.
Right, but you said that you were the one that called the cops on Candace.
Yeah, that was
Right.
a regular
Right,
person,
yeah.
not the TBI.
Yeah, no TBI. I turned that video in that I sent you and I sent Candace.
Oh, wait a minute.
I,
I'm confused because you said that when you called, the guy said that he didn't seem interested, but
he did not seem interested.
yeah, but they went out there.
TBI
This
was
was-
not interested. The
this
police
is-
department had a
The
file.
the cops got called after.
Shit.
The cops got called after that video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it two separate instances?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
right.
You're fine.
Okay, I got you.
It must be frustrating trying to explain it to.
No, I just want to explain everything to Don. I want to have the details down. That's all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I misunderstood. That's all. I mean, I'm not trying to question you.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Definitely one thing. Also, remember, they would never have let them leave the state if they were, people of interest, or if they were concerned about.
Well, that's what I thought too. I was like, how did he get to go to Arkansas?
Because they just, there was a lot of issues caused by Betty, Andra, Bullhorn Betty, and Jonathan, JLR, and Marissa, Molly Golightly, and whatnot. And, since they are not people of interest and
Doesn't even know that, has not a clue that what happened with Betty and JLR as far as them getting them fired, has not a clue about that, but has suspicion about why they've moved. Because when she came to YouTube, she didn't know who was telling the truth. She didn't know what to believe earlier in the live. She didn't know what side to be on. Bitch, you called the FBI and the local police over YouTube videos. And you don't like them. But, man.
they do not believe that Don and Candace have anything to do with the situation, there's no reason to keep them in the state.
Right. That's what I was stating. That
Yeah.
I said that how could they let them leave if
Exactly. They would never have let them leave if they had any
right
doubt in their mind.
Right, and that was the thought in my head. I was like, they had anything to do with it, they wouldn't be able to leave.
Right. Well, I mean, I definitely think it was very brave of you to call us or Matt, especially since we're strangers, and open up and tell the truth to us. Because, like I said, you don't really know us very well, so I think it was very.
I'm an honest person.
I appreciate that.
I'm an honest person. I try to be good to everybody.
Oh.
Until you've asked me for something I didn't do.
Absolutely.
That's what? The job is this.
I get it.
So, I don't know about where you're at, but it's getting a storm over here.
It's getting dark.
Umbrella. Yeah. My umbrella just fell over and hit my car and knocked the
Oh gosh.
headlights out.
Oh geez. Oh man, that stinks. It's gonna storm here probably shortly, but not at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, other than
I'm just from this day forward. I'm gonna browse channels. I'm gonna have an open mind.
Right.
And I'm just gonna lay low.
Well, what I was wondering is, other than, you wanting us to clear it up with Don and Candace and let them know the truth, which I think is very honorable, is there anything else you'd like us to tell them for you on your behalf? Because, I mean, we could always pass along a message also after telling them the truth, like, listen, this is what she would like you to know. Like, is there anything you want us to say to them for you?
I know they have a hard time trusting, as do I, just so now.
Absolutely. They've been through hell and back.
I did not do anything to be malicious.
Right.
She didn't do anything malicious. What had happened was she watched a prayer garden video and decided to call the FBI. And they blew her off. And then hours later, this was not malicious because we were up. She was getting informed by prayer garden. It's like the Discovery Channel. It's like it is. This is like it's basically viewing an encyclopedia. Okay? It's like viewing the encyclopedia. After contacting the FBI, she contacted the police. This is not in a malicious way, people. It's not malicious. The best intentions were there. I mean, duh.
I believe you. I think that you were just a concerned person.
In all honesty, if I was in their situation and my child was missing and people thought the way they think about John and Candace,
right,
and that there was kids in my room, if they're feeling uncomfortable, by all means, call them.
Right. Okay. I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? What if we thought Summer was in a hotel room?
I mean, you know, it's
You know what I'm saying?
possible that she is. You know, she could be alive somewhere, and she could. You don't know where she is, and that's the worst thing about the whole situation, is that nobody knows. And the future is not just for the children and everybody in the face of the earth that's talking to you. It's definitely not easy. They didn't even know much about YouTube to begin with. They turned to YouTube for help, and all they ended up doing was getting attacked and, you know, tricked and fooled by so many people, used and abused, and it's just heartbreaking. And I've said it to people before. What are you going to do when the day comes you find out they are innocent? Are you going to apologize? Put yourself in their position.
Exactly.
What if it was you and you're innocent and you're just looking for help, and everybody is attacking you and making you miserable and destroying your lives? You know, how would you feel? And when I say that, people are just like, oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Of course you didn't. You didn't think of it that way because you're being attacking everyone, but you're not putting yourself in their shoes.
And I tried reaching out to Canada last night, and we both did.
Right. Well,
And then I went and she blocked me.
okay.
Which is fine.
You wouldn't say, lady. So you called the TBI on her. You called the police on her. You send a friend request, which is ignored. You then send a DM, and somehow, some way, you're butthurt that you were blocked. Well, I don't know. Maybe the police kind of part made her block you because you don't know Candace Wells, and you're calling the police on her because you're watching tragedy. Do you blame her for saying, go fuck yourself, blocked? And I've never in my life met a normal person I've never in my life saw somebody who said, you know what? no matter what the instance was, murder, robbery, carjacking, petty theft, drug sales, hijacking, anything. I've never seen someone go like this. Hey, there's a situation here. You need to get out of here fast. And then within one day say, hey, remember me? I'm the guy that called the cops on you. Please accept. There's something wrong there. This is the obsessed people with the Summer Wells case. This lady called TBI and the local police on Candace and on because she was watching No Thanks Investigates, The Lab, but mostly Swear Garden. Like, who even watches Swear Garden? Calls the feds, calls police on them, then doubles down and shoots a friend request. And then, because the friend request is not honored, decides to shoot a message and then realizes she's blocked. Here's the crazy part. She hits me up to apologize to Candace or to utilize a middleman to get the friend request accepted. It is not a joke. There's some people on YouTube that are obsessed with Summer Wells case. And this is one of them. This is disgusting. Ask yourself, have you ever called the police on somebody for anything? And then a day or so later, the person that you called the police on, you sent a friend request, then a message. But not just that, because I'm sure the percentage is 0 at this point. But just in case I have a 3% in the chat, but it from my 3%, that you reach out to somebody that you know knows the party that you got arrested to accept the friend request, or can you tell them I'm sorry? No, bitch, you're obsessed. You're either obsessed or you are asleep. You are an American that does not, you are watching so much Summer Wells propaganda that you have not a clue what is going on in the country. Not a clue. You are calling the FBI. Man, this case has shown me so much with true crime. If I gotta be honest, if I gotta be completely honest, why wouldn't I join the tragedy pimps? People, this is too easy. This is too easy. I have people saying, well, why weren't they cleared? That doesn't legally happen. I have people saying, well, they're on the sex offenders list. What? This is what people have been contacting me about since I've been sticking up for the Wells. So let me show you, for the ones who are still in the blur. I strongly thought about this, but I just can't do it against my morals. But why don't I play the game? I mean, why not? Why don't I just call Don and say, hey, bro, look, here's the deal. I'm going to kind of shit on you a little bit, but I'm going to give you half. My numbers are going to go up. I could say things about the court system that don't even fucking make any sense just to get the hate train going. I'll just split the donations with you. Of course, I would never do that. But there's people in the bushes that feel about this big right now because they've said, why haven't they been cleared? And they believe Jody Sue, who's, Did anybody want to take the bet? Should I get my house deed out? I'll get my house deed. In the beginning of this live, I showed you my legal name. So I'll show you my legal name on a house deed. It's yours if you believe Jody Sue, who says she's been cleared. I mean, it's too easy. It's harder to stand on the side of truth. It's extremely hard. It is simple to bash. It doesn't matter how I word this. It doesn't matter how I say this. Because I've been dealing with this for months. There are people who I know do not like tragedy pimps. There are people that I know dislike tragedy pimps. But those same people are so desperate for any information regarding Summer Wells that they channel hop and channel hop and channel hop, and they are completely wasting their fucking time. When you hate watch, that's cool and all, but you're supporting that movement. Like there's no information. There's people in here, 124 now. At one point, there was like 180, I think. You can't tell me honestly, out of 180, 120, 150, 160, 50, 40, 30, 10, 40, 50, 90, whatever, that there wasn't one person who believed the Fred Hill narrative. There was a person who knows nothing about Fred Hill. But and they don't know that they don't even know who Ziggy is. They don't know that Ziggy ripped off her own subscriber for $8,000. They don't know that Fred Hill is basically still detoxing, shitting his pants in the interview. They know the name, but they believe that he waited until he got into jail to say something about Summer Wells. It's just like, I mean, I don't have words.
She didn't.
She doesn't really know. Somebody to do dead.
You're breaking up really bad.
They just got a really bad storm. I just asked her pretty much what she wanted, if she wanted us to pass along a message and whatnot, and stuff like that. For when we hang up here, we'll just call over and let them know, because, you know, after all, it was very brave and kind of her to reach out and let us know, and the least we could do is, you know,
they're trying to
pass
PG, you know, when they're trying to say that I knew Candace and Don, and that I'm a part of a ring or something. We and Lisa. I'm like,
yeah, that lady's no good.
I ain't part of shit.
I mean,
I find that odd, because you said you watched her for such a long time. They should know you.
I mean, do you understand how, like,
exactly?
Do you get how, like, crazy that sounds? Like, what you just said, like, it's like not even believable. It's out of this world. Could you imagine the damage that she's done to Candace?
No.
She's got thousands of people that listen to her word and hang on to her every living thing. And here you have one little mix-up, and she just comes out with this crazy conspiracy misinformation rhetoric, and it's just like, this is so wild. And I bet you had to fight a lot of people in the comments because they believed her, didn't you? Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, that had to be very tough, very hard. Just now put yourself in that same position, but every day in your life. And you lost one child that you have no idea where that child is, and 3 additional. So you have 4 missing children, and you're going through exactly what you did, but 10 times harder every day, all day for 2 years straight. That sucks.
I would have lost my mind.
You probably would have picked the bottle up, huh?
Shit, I know I would.
Yeah.
You probably would have picked the bottle up. You probably would have drank like crazy, right?
They probably would have to put me in a straight jacket.
Well,
Absolutely.
they might have been. I don't know if they listen.
You know what? I almost wish that everybody could get just a tiny taste of what she had experienced because it was terrible for her for a few minutes. If everybody could experience that and then times that by 2 years, holy shit! I bet everybody's minds would change. I bet everybody would be kinder to everybody else because everybody understands what everyone else is going through.
We want to give a call though, and then
and I told her I asked her if she wanted us to send the message or anything, and we'll let them know.
I can't.
I'm gonna message you my wife's Facebook so you can call her in here. I don't know.
Just give her the number. I'll whatever or when we hang up I'll message her the.
Yeah, we'll try to make the calls for you. We'll try to help you out, right?
Out as soon as we hang up here in a minute.
I feel horrible. I mean, I feel bad. You know, the women Lisa for all sorts of stuff.
Right.
She's horrified, and she's like, "I'm a grown woman." You know, she knows down in Canada. They went way back in the day. I'm sure you've heard of her.
Actually, never.
What's Lisa's last or her username or her last name? Like, how would we have what would we know her by? I didn't hear that. She broke up.
You're breaking up bad. We'll make a few calls, and I'll send you my wife's profile and a number, and I'll get back with you. Just hang in there, okay?
All right. Thank you so much for reaching out and being so honest. Like I said, it's very brave.
No, I thank you for listening.
All right, we'll get back with you and just a little bit.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
I don't know. Don's not in here anymore. It's 42 minutes just straight up forward, and I was pausing and commentary. But there you have it. Somebody who subscribed to these negative channels, who actually called. I think I skipped over. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna upload this audio free of me interrupting on a Twitter Spaces tomorrow. Because a Twitter Space is just an audio thing, and you'll hear the entire thing uninterrupted. And you're welcome to snag it, cut it, use it, whatever. And then I lost at one point I lost where I was. It really wasn't me, but so there you have it. A person who can't. Turns out with her phone, she finds YouTube and she finds this little niche and genre that we dwell in. And she's kind of newer into the Summer Wells case. She finds Prayer Garden. She finds No Thanks Lab. And whoever that other lady was in the beginning. Within her perception, she hears and sees things that I doubt would even be said on YouTube with terms of service. Decides to call the TBI. TBI says, yeah, appreciate it. Real short with her, real dick-like. Enough to make her feel embarrassed. Which I don't know if that added to her anxiety or whatever she's going through, but then she goes back to Prayer Garden. Prayer Garden recites some nonsense, which she takes in and decides, she's listening to Prayer Garden explain to her what Candace said and did in Prayer Garden's opinion, not the reality. Decides to send the police over there. For 2. She then goes into a spiel about how guilty she thinks the Wells are. And by the end of the phone call, she's asking if we can get her to apologize how she actually wants to be a friend of Candace Well. People, internet people, if you're subscribed to this channel, there's over 13,000 fucking people. You are not allowed to call the police on me and say that you're my friend. If that is you, get the fuck out of here. Moderators, give them a timeout right now. Block those people. Block them forever. Moderators, block them right now. Block! You're not allowed to call the feds on me and then want to be my friend. And then call my friend to block! 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 People. If I was to tell you that, you would not believe me. So the people who get mad at me for recording her, well, I don't care about your opinion because this was a phone call made about friends of mine who I did it for their best interest. And yes, for myself as well. There's no way I could tell you that without letting you hear it. Block it. No, what I was saying is don't block anybody. What I was saying is this nutball is calling the feds on Candace. And then a few days later, she calls the police on Candace. But 30 minutes later into the phone call, she wants to be a friend of Candace. And she's trying to utilize us to apologize. But really what I think it is to accept the friend request. What I was saying is, if you're subscribed to this channel and you think like that towards me, if you want to call the police on me and all this crazy shit, get the fuck out of here. Block. I was making an example. That's all. Don't block anybody. No. It is crazy, people. All right, man, I'm going to jump off here. Almost 3 hours. Been a few days. We're back at it. Tomorrow, I got raw footage. It's up in my member section now. I got raw footage of No Thanks Investigates in prison. We did some journalism, some investigation, and we have footage of Doug in prison. We got the inside scoop. It's in my members only now. It will be released tomorrow. We have it coming, people. We have it coming. Big shout out. Big shout out to who's hanging out. The 125 up in here. We got Carol, Selena, Miss Checkin. Big shout out to Miss Harmony and Miss Checkin. I'd like to see that collab with y'all ladies. Miss Harmony, Miss Checkin, very long time supporters. 2 channels right there that nobody could ever try to get in between us. And boy, oh boy, do they try. So many people try to get me to shit on Miss Harmony, and so many people try to get in between me and Miss Check Convictions. It is unreal. It's an inside joke to us both, to them both. It is out of control. Just stop the attempts. It's not going to happen. Please, just retire that shit. But that's it, man. Waiting for my keys too, by the way. I don't get it, but you get the keys. Don, appreciate you. I'm going to send this to you privately. Man, the moral of this one is, man, I do not care if you Summer Wells is missing. The main topic is finding Summer Wells. her parents may not be the type of parents that you were under growing up in your household. Maybe you don't know parents that made the same mistakes as them. But what are the mistakes? What are the mistakes? Is it something that you heard out of their mouth? Is it maybe some of the addiction we saw, which is absolutely justified for when you're missing a kid? No addiction is justified for. But Jesus Christ, if you're missing a kid, you'll hit the bottle, people. Don't judge. Don admitted something when he was a young boy. I don't understand how these people twist and turn everything. Like, it's fine. If you have absolutely zero life out there, you have nothing to do, you don't work, you channel hop, and you stir the pot all day, like, that's terrific. That's terrific. And kudos to you if you're that good of a talker that you could manipulate words, right? Seriously, kudos to you if you can manipulate words so good, because you know that the YouTube channel that you're subscribed to is lazy and they're not going to really do the research. And because you stirred the pot like the witch that you are, you stirred it so good. It's full of evil. It's full of gossip. It's full of misinformation. You're that good. But you also are so good that you can present things truthful. So you know that the YouTuber that you're subscribed to is not paying attention. But you're over here like, you're stirring up a big old pot. And you're like, hey, man, here's the deal. And you just lay it out on them so decent. And you know they're so good, they're not gonna fact check it. They're not gonna look into what you're saying. What they're gonna do is be like, are you serious? For real? All right, I'm going live in 5 minutes. Live. Oh! And it's on and popping. And there goes the misinformation campaign starting. But it's I always hear the people covering Summer Wells have failed her. The creators covering Summer Wells have failed her. And I won't disagree with you there. But is it the creators or is it a combined experience? Because that was not a creator. That was a subscriber. I've never done none of this shit ever that people accuse the Wells of. I don't understand. It is so frustrating for me, and I wish I could settle down right now and just explain it, but it is sad to me that what is going on in our world, that people don't see it. And when it comes to true crime and it's white and black, fact and truth, reality lies. Like, it amazes me the shit that people just repeat and spew. And it's sad. If you could understand that point, as disgusted as I get about it, the only making a positive out of a negative, I revert that back to the world, because this is like a little echo chamber over here. And if I can't see things making sense over here when they do for me, I can see like, all right, well, I understand now. And I take this life example and I bring it to the real world. And it makes more sense for the real world now for me. None of it makes sense, don't get me wrong. But I make all the nonsense make sense. Because none of it makes sense. Does anybody know what the fuck I'm talking about? Probably not. What I'm saying is our world is fucked. You got to wake up to see what's going on. But nobody does in a little community of true crime. It's a big community. True crime is huge. But versus the world? Our world is fucked. And I see things happening. And I come over here to my echo chamber with you. And it's not that hard to figure out. But I see the same things happening over here. And I'm like, oh my God, how dumb are you? But now that I have this part figured out, I can jump back over here and be like, it all makes sense. Duh, man. There's no hope. Until the next one, much love for everybody dropping by, and I'm out of here.